You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some fried balls.
What is going on, NASCAR diecast collectors and diecast viewers on YouTube? Welcome back to yet another interesting but lengthy episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, hosted by me, our original Big Bri. As always, I bring you guys your weekly, or in this case for this episode, what's been going on the past few weeks since the latest episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, which is about to commence right now. But we're going to be talking about on this show, of course, you know, we got a good amount of newly released 2015 diecasts that have just came in stock from any of your local diecast dealers or at Plan B Sales and K-State Diecast, you know, the two places we highly recommend getting for any of your latest NASCAR diecast releases. And we do got some new pre-orders, some more interesting 2015 cars, which includes some more Darlington throwback cars that are now being offered. And we do have some 2016 diecasts to look as well. Those are now available for pre-order, and we'll be talking about those a bit of those very shortly. And you know, gotta go with more of the cancellations. We got some more disappointing diecasts that unfortunately won't be produced this year. And you know, get ready for a good rant mode, because I'll be going on a rant mode on some cars that they got canceled. So could this be the borderline for many of people to, you know, call quits all I know, because they're canceling so much diecast lately. And also do got some exclusive photos for from some good fans on Instagram who do got some very special cars, including probably one of the most highly anticipated cars for this year. All I can say is it is one hell of a nice car to look at, and I will tell you what that car is right now. But before we do that, guys, we're going to go and kick off with your actually your best-selling diecast from a couple weeks ago. Alright, so to kick off the NASCAR Diecast News, we're of course going to start with our favorite, the newly released diecast from our good friends at Plan B Sales and or K-State Diecast. And to start things off, I will go in numerical order because you know, that's how the numbers roll in this house. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but yeah, we're gonna start off with Austin Dillon's 2015 number 3 WeatherTech Chevrolet for RCR Racing. This is gonna be one of those cars I thought was likely to get canceled because, you know, I don't know. I guess the car just really doesn't get that much recognition. But I was very surprised seeing this car being made. You know, I mean, I know they do make the Dow car every year, but any kind of like associate sponsors that go with Dow, like, you know, Mike Coogan Seeds and all that. I didn't think the WeatherTech car was gonna make it, but it did, and now it's available in the 1/64 scale that you guys could get. So for any Austin Dillon fans out there, probably would recommend getting this, but I don't know, it's an okay car. Next one is basically, I think this car is the same as last year's. It's Kevin Harvick's Folds of Honor car, but if you're you know, cheering for Harvick Nation, I know one of my good friends is doing that. So for any Harvick fans out there, including PWP2933, would likely to get this car because, you know, gotta support Harvick Nation. They believe they will win. Alright, gotta love that slogan. Next one, you know, like I said, there was no Chris Buescher cars that were ever getting made. However, though, Darrell Wallace Jr. cars, they are getting made, and here is his first ever car being produced in the 1/64 scale. It is his Ford EcoBoost car for Roush Fenway Racing. I am probably likely to get this car because Darrell Wallace Jr. is one of my favorite drivers in the NASCAR Xfinity series. You know, gotta love Bubba. You know, I kind of share that nickname as well sometimes. Again, everybody on the YouTube's not gonna call me Bubba from now on since I just brought this up. But I know some of my close friends would probably likely to get this car as well because it's one hell of a diecast to get and one hell of a driver as well. The next one, you know, I mean, is it kind of an accomplishment that we finally got a Sport Clips car in the Cup Series made? I mean, NASCAR Authentics kind of beated us to this, but call me crazy, but the only reason I would get this car is to make a custom out of it to get Carl Edwards' Sport Clips car. And if you look at Edwards's in this car, they're pretty similar. So, you know, I mean, if you're a Hamlin fan and you like Sport Clips, and I've been Sport Clips, it's a really cool place to get a haircut at. Gotta support JGR if you're gonna get this car, especially if you're a big Hamlin fan as well. But if you're gonna get this for a Carl Edwards custom, I probably would too. I mean, I don't usually encourage customs, but you know, for this, just gotta make some minor changes, and you got yourself a Carl Edwards Sport Clips car. So yeah. And the next one, you know, Bowyer's been a huge topic that's been going on the past few weeks. So I probably would recommend getting his P car, even though it's the same as last year's, but you got the new Toyota mold. And this probably is going to be, I think, it's not the last Clinton Bowyer car to be produced. I think his Maxwell House car did made MOQ, so we should be seeing that car in very soon, from what I know of. Or maybe it did get canceled, I don't know. It's been a while since I see what the status on the Bowyer car is. But I probably recommend getting this car because, you know, Michael Waltrip Racing, they're leaving at the end of this year. And, you know, with Bowyer's situation, he's going to be, you know, with H. Scott Motorsports next year, and then going to be driving Tony Stewart's car in 2017. So, yeah. So, you're a big Bowyer fan, probably would recommend getting this as the years go on. He's going to slowly progress into those Chevys. So, yeah. Next up is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s fifth third bank car, which is kind of, the paint scheme is the same as last year's, but they did change some logos on the car. Like the front of the car does look a little different, but yeah, I mean, nothing too special, but still a very nice looking car. I mean, I don't think, you know, I mean, if you want to switch things up and you already got his Fastenal car, I think this would be a nice secondary paint scheme to have for any of your stop motions. So yeah. Next one, I'm going to try and be not as biased as I can, but I probably would recommend getting the Comcast business car because I heard that all the Carl Edwards sponsors at the end for next year are going to continue, so except for Comcast. So Comcast is like a one-time year thing that they're doing for Carl Edwards. I don't think they have confirmed that they're going to be sponsoring him next year. But another reason why you should get this car is because it looks very similar to his Fastenal car, color-wise. All right, paint scheme-wise, not really, but every time I see this car, it reminds me of the Fastenal car that he drove, you know, the past few years with Roush. So I probably am going to do a review on that car very soon because you know, I'm a crazy Edwards fan, so gotta support Carl Nation. Hell yeah. And the next one, you know, for any gamers out there or any Eric Jones fans, probably recommend getting this car. This is a very nice looking paint scheme. However, though, I don't think I even saw this scheme ran once this year. The only time I saw this scheme ran was when he won this car at Phoenix last year, which was a nationwide series. So kind of ironic it's an Xfinity car, but I have to say it's a pretty nice car. But I do not think he ran this car at once this year. I could be wrong, but last time I saw this car, like I said, was at Phoenix last year at the end of the season for the Xfinity series, for the nationwide series. Oh my lord. Next one is probably be a pretty hyped car. Probably not the most highly anticipated Jeff Gordon car, which if you guys already know already, then no need to stay tuned for the end of the video. But yeah, Jeff Gordon's Homestead Miami final ride car. As you guys know, if you guys saw the render of this, what the first details where this car was, which was pretty pathetic. You know, it was just an Exalted car with the side says "Thanks for a good ride, Jeff." But the side changes up a little bit, and I don't know, it looks okay. I mean, they only did this because you're probably wondering why the silver. Why? Because DuPont back in 2012 when Jeff Gordon ran his DuPont car, the 20th anniversary car. Remember that all silver one that he had? He ended up winning that car at Homestead Miami, and that was DuPont's final race in NASCAR. So that's why they did that. I mean, I kind of get that, but you know, I'm not really a big fan of this scheme. But if you're a hardcore Jeff Gordon fan, or you know, a big NASCAR fan, would recommend getting it because this is going to be Jeff Gordon's final ride in NASCAR, and you know, I think having that car in your collection really would mean something. Be like, hey, that's Jeff Gordon's final ride. So yeah. Next one is a car that came out weeks ago, but I do not show NASCAR Diecast when there's only one car that comes out, so this is added to the list. Kyle Larson's Xfinity ride, the Enyos car, whatever the hell that is. Yeah, you know, Enyos has been a very huge sponsor for Kyle Larson lately, including some other sponsors. But yeah, I know the DC Solar car didn't get made for Brendan Pools, but this car, pretty nice since he did won this car last year in the Nationwide Series at Charlotte. So pretty interesting that Lionel finally got this car produced for any hardcore Kyle Larson fans out there. And the last two are Hendrick cars, which is let's say ironically the guy who got eliminated from the chase last week, Jimmy Johnson Foundation car. A very simple paint scheme, that's all I can say about that. But any Johnson fans out there, probably recommend getting it. And the last one is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Amp Energy. Yep, that makes a return this year with the passion fruit car. Kind of a perfect timing because this ain't really a pink car, you know, like October they have the pink cars, but perfect timing, you know, because it is October, so breast cancer month. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a pretty pinkish car and would recommend getting it. It's a different look for the Amp cars. Alright, I'm not really going into any detail with any of the pre-orders, but I do gotta say we do got a couple Darlington throwback cars that have got released. As you guys know, all the rest of the Darlington cars are going to be made, but however though, I did not see David Reagan's Aaron's car that's not being produced. And a lot of people are wondering, where's the Kyle Larson Mellow Yellow car? Well, it turns out Coca-Cola, I believe, who's the company that owns Mellow Yellow, they're trying to work out some sort of licensing deal with Lionel, and right now we're just waiting on official word. All these other cars you see right here, like Alex Bowman's car, and Joey Logano's, and Jeff Burton, and JJ Yaley, and oh yeah, Trevor Baynes. I mean, really cool to see all those Darlington throwback cars getting made, and let's hope they get made. So pre-order. And we do got some fail on the pre-orders as well. I'm going to start off with Jeff Gordon's New Hampshire car, the Ironman car. Now, if you look at this car, you know, from a distance, it doesn't really look like something's wrong with it. But if you look on the top of this car, which Lionel always does somehow, they always put a fail on top of the car. It's always the top of the car. There's a 78 and then a 9. 789. Why is there a 789 on top of the car? That's to represent the starts, how many starts Jeff Gordon has. Okay. What? So this is basically a commemorative win. Okay. But they still offered it as the Iron Man car. So technically this is an inaccurate car. Because he did drove this car in New Hampshire. But from what I know, there was a 24 on top of the car instead of 789. Not to go off a full rant mode, but this is the reason why this ruins diecast for me. This is why I don't buy the championship cars. This is why I didn't buy the Rookie of the Year cars. It's the reason why I didn't buy the Chase Elliott 2-pack car last year, because Lionel always likes to put the special logos or whatever, the significance of the car on top of the car to replace the numbers, which is just gives me major OCD. I don't know why they did that, but it's just, I hate it. I mean, just put it on the decklet. Is it too much to ask, Lionel? If you put it on the decklet, it would be fine, alright? But since you decided to put it on the top, or put it as a roof sponsor, but I don't think that would even make sense. So, Lionel, I don't think they're ever going to get this to their heads. But this is the reason why this ruins diecast for me. But if you're a Gordon fan, I guess you would be getting this car, but still though. And not to mention, this is the Ride with Jeff car as well. So I don't know why they named it the Iron Man car, but yeah. And the last one is probably, would you say, a much more interesting fail? As you guys know, did you guys find something different about Jimmie Johnson's Lowe's Vest car? I mean, he is going to drive this car at Texas, but did you notice one thing? I mean, like I said before, Jimmie Johnson's not in the chase. So why in the world is this render have chase stickers on it? Well, it turns out this car was in final production right before Jimmie Johnson got eliminated from the chase. And, you know, I mean, with this chase system being unpredictable, you know, anything can happen. But Lionel took the risk and like, hey, Jimmie Johnson's going to make it to the next round. Nope, he didn't. And now, technically, we got an inaccurate car. So the Lowe's red vest car probably is going to be the fail of the year car. Because, you know, I can't really blame Lionel, but they should be prepared with this unpredictable chase system that we have. Can't say I hate it or like it, but, you know, that's what NASCAR's come to with this chase system. And unfortunately now we got an inaccurate car now. But, you know, I'm not really liking this Lowe's Vest car. It's a very, I don't know, very clustered scheme. I think if it was just all red, I think it would have been cool. I don't like the additional blue that's on the side. It looks very tacky. But, yeah. Now we're going on to the cancellations, which, if you guys thought I already got complained enough, oh boy, this is going to be interesting right here. So to start off, we do got some, we got an Elite-only car that got canceled. Now it's Kevin Harvick's, you know, I believe that's, let's see, Make a Plan Budweiser car. That only got canceled on the 124 Elite scale, so nothing too big right there. We got ourselves another Darlington Throwback car canceled in the 124 Elite scale. That got canceled, but it just got updated as well. So the 164 is not going to be made for TC Kane's Darlington Throwback car. So, man, really disappointing to see yet another Darlington Throwback car getting canceled. Especially this car was commemorative to Rick Hendrick, which is pretty interesting. I know Dale Jr. had a car like this back in 2008. But it would have been cool to see this car getting made. I mean, so much, you know, for collecting all the Darlington Throwback cars, which I'm hoping the cars that we see on pre-order, I hope at least half of those get made. But, you know, I mean, just people need to pre-order. It's not Lionel's fault. It's just this is the reason why cancellations are like this, because people aren't pre-ordering. Regan Smith's, you know, another Regan Smith car getting canceled, but it's his Mid-Ohio race win car. Very unfortunate right there. But I do believe his 124 did got made, from what I know, but I think it did make MOQ. So you could get the standard version of this car, but not the race win, from what I know. Another Darlington Throwback car, Sam Horn Jr.'s Winn-Dixie car. You know, I wasn't really too big on this car, but I like the significance it had to Mark Martin. It's a number 60 Winn-Dixie car, but I don't know. I guess Sam just didn't got enough recognition with this car. The next one I am just very irritated about, and I mean, I can't blame Lionel for this. To me, I have to blame the Toyota/JGR haters for this one. What I have to say that this race win, I mean, even if you didn't like, you know, JGR or Toyota, you had to admit the Darlington race was probably, if not the best race of the season. I mean, hell, we had some great throwback cars. It was fun, and we had some very interesting racing as well. I mean, when we had that battle between Keselowski and Harvick, that was intense. And then, you know, with Edwards winning it all, that was a good race, especially with the new rules package that they put at Darlington, which I hope we get next year, because that was one hell of a good race. But I don't know why this car got canceled. I mean, I guess it was the big Toyota haters who are complaining, no, NASCAR's going to make Toyota win, you know, the championship and all that. You know, and I'm pretty ticked off about that, because, you know, I understood the Charlotte win, which I was pretty irritated about. But now his Darlington race win. For the Car Lovers Sidecast, they always at least make one a year. But now, since he's with Toyota, everyone's not going to give an ass, and, you know, oh, sorry I said profanity, but, you know, I'm pretty irritated that this car didn't get made. It was a really nice race win. Yeah, I know. It wasn't a Darlington throwback car, which I guess a lot of people got upset, but, you know, you can't blame Carl for that. You know, it was the sponsors who couldn't come up with the freaking paint scheme for it. But I don't know, just, I don't know if there's any hope left for any Toyotas to get produced for race wins, because all these dang haters. So haters are gonna hate, but, you know, that's the beauty of custom makers. So so if you can find any race win customs, you know, let me know. And yeah. Still pretty irritated this car got canceled. Anyway, to move on, we got Joey Logano's Bristol race win. The 124 got canceled as well. So for any Logano fans, I'm sure that's a big bummer. But for any Joey Logano haters, I'm sure you guys are cheering like it's like that. And yep, another Darlington throwback car got canceled, and I really kind of wanted this car, because a lot of people didn't really know what the significance of this car was. This paint scheme was based off of a Champ car. I think it was like, you know, a USAC car or a Champ car. I mean, I don't know. I still am a little new on my memory in IndyCar, but I just saw the picture of what this car represents, and man, I would have loved it. You know, since I'm a big IndyCar fan. But I'm really disappointed this car got canceled in both scales, so we're not going to see it. I was pretty ticked off. I mean, that was one of the Darlington throwback cars I was recommending getting for this year, but that opportunity is ruined now, and who knows if they're ever going to bring that car back. And this one I'm not really too big about, the David Gilliland's FFA car. You know, Gilliland, yeah, I mean, I can see that. That was just an underfunded team, not enough, you know, just not enough recognition there. And this is, I believe, Kevin Harvick's Darlington throwback car. The next one is Kevin Harvick's armor car. I believe he did draw this at Darlington. I think Lionel classified this as a throwback car. If you guys could tell me what the throwback significance of this car is, let me know, because I don't know what this is, what the throwback is, but apparently Lionel said this is a throwback. But it did get canceled, so it doesn't really make a difference now. Yeah, can't really say too much about there, because it's a Cup guy in the Xfinity car, and you know how I say about that. I don't like the idea of that. So yeah. And now to bring on the last topic of the day. God, I feel like I talked forever. We got some exclusive previews of some new diecasts that have hit the tracks and are about to hit the shelves very soon. And I'm going to save the best for last, but we're going to start off with Dale Jr.'s chase car. So the first chase car has been produced. It's his nationwide chase car. And you guys know I talked about the differences that they have for this year. The yellow spoiler, no yellow number, and the yellow splitter. I do like the addition of the yellow spoiler. It looks pretty cool. Excuse me. And hopefully we can see more soon. I think Kevin Harvick's Budweiser car should be out very soon. I'm surprised they haven't offered the whole chase field yet. I think Lionel's trying to. I mean, after you know last year went oh so well because they canceled Casey Canes and Alan Medingers and Almirola's and all that, but I'm very surprised they didn't offer any of these cars yet. So yeah, all right, and thanks to Milo Cup Series for that picture. That was a very nice detailed photo. You can get that car right now at the Fanatics tents at your at the upcoming races. So whatever track you're going to, if you're heading to Charlotte this week, I'm sure you're going to see this car at the Fanatics tents. And the last one probably has to be the most highly anticipated car for this year, Jeff Gordon's Rainbow Warrior car. And if you guys want to see a review on this car already, go to my friend's channel, Race Day 2011. He posted that review up as soon as he did. As soon as we got done recording that video, he uploaded that photo in a split second. We know this car is going to be the most highly anticipated car for this year. Probably going to be the #1 sold diecast for this year, because you know this is Gordon's final year in NASCAR. And what better way to get it done to celebrate his final year in NASCAR with you know, the Rainbow Warrior car. I would have loved. I mean, too bad this car only, you know, was raced in one race at Bristol. And I think a big fail right there is, you know, not seeing this car at the Darlington Throwback race. I mean, gotta blame the sponsorships, you know, for Axalta not stepping their game up and, you know, taking part of the sponsorship at the Darlington race. But 3M had to as well. Oh God, that was Jeff Gordon felt like a total outcast, seeing all of his teammates, you know, including Chase Elliott, run a throwback car, but him. So that was you know, a big fail right there. But yeah, I believe this car should be coming out at the end of October very soon. So get ready to get this car, because this car, as soon as it hits shelves, it's gonna sell fast. And let's hope the best for Jeff Gordon. And once I acquire this car, I'm sure I'm gonna make a nice little tribute review for him when Miami comes. So yeah, when Homestead Miami comes, guys, I bet this will be a good time to get that car out and his final ride car, and just, you know, displaying those on your shelves for one final time when we see Jeff Gordon and, you know, race his final race at Homestead Miami. For any hardcore Gordon fans out there, this will be, I mean, for any NASCAR fans out there, this is the car to get. If you don't get this car, or the final ride car for Terry Labonte, you know, all those cars, but definitely this car right here, if you don't get this car, you're missing out big time. And I don't know what to say about that, but, you know, been a great ride, Jeff, and hope you do good in the next few races, because NASCAR season's starting to close already. But yeah, this has been the NASCAR Diecast News. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, please give this video a good comment, like, and if you guys haven't already, subscribe for more on the NASCAR Diecast News or anything that's NASCAR Diecast out there. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time here on the NASCAR Diecast News for any more of your latest NASCAR Diecast News to come. And until next time, guys, this is Orange Big Bry, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of the NASCAR Diecast News for any more of your latest NASCAR Diecast News to come. So long for now, everybody.